Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Chat. I am KL, and I'm so excited because today we are sitting with two of my favorite cast members from With Love. We are sitting with Mark Indelicato, who plays Jorge Diaz, and Vincent Rodriguez III, who plays Henry Cruz. How are you both today?
Good.
Good. Thanks, Kay.
Good. Thank you for being here. Now, before we dive into the questions, I want to have a little fun with some rapid fire questions for both of you. You can answer in either order.
Oh
Who
God.
is it's gonna be wrong. It's
No,
gonna
I'm
be
getting
easy.
no. Thank you for bringing. Can I just say thank you for bringing some levity to this press junket day. I love a
We
rapid
gotta
fire question right now. Thank you.
really want some tea too on the side. So I want
Right,
to know
I knew it.
who is most like their character.
Me.
You okay? Do you agree with
Yeah.
that, Vincent? Definitely.
I, ha-
Okay,
I
Mark.
don't I
And
don't want to disagree with Mark, but I also agree with Mark.
For
we
sure.
also
100%. No, it's not even a dispute. It's true. And everyone would agree. And I'm sure that everyone else that you've talked to today has said me.
maybe yes, but
I
I
knew
mean,
it.
I love your character, so I feel like that's a great thing. And when people agree
Yes,
with that,
no, I'm not complaining, but yeah.
it's really great. Now, if someone were to play you in a movie, who would it be?
Him. Oh,
Um,
other than him.
if I'm like doing myself some favors,
Oh yeah, of course. Why would you not?
what Manu Rios,
Okay.
like that
And
sexy guy
what
who was in the yeah,
I'm
he
for
looks
that.
nothing like me, but or I look
It's
nothing
okay.
like him. I wish.
And that's okay. I feel like, sometimes these biopics, they don't really look exactly like the
Or
person
just
who
like,
plays.
or I would pick like just like a drag queen to play me. You know what I mean? Like just like do like a
Very
hairspray vibe.
There you go.
Like Trixie Mattel plays Mark Indelicato, you know?
Ah, you know how many people would pay to see that?
I
That
would
just
love
sold
that.
out.
and
That
I would
just
love
sold
it.
out.
It probably
no,
sells
it
more
definitely
tickets than I
fell
could.
out. Like definitely topping the charts there at the box
Right?
office. Now, the show is centered around all these amazing holidays. What's your favorite holiday and why?
Then
Hmm. Oh man, that's a good question. Oh, I really do love Christmas. It's just
I
there's too many there's things about it that I think are a little problematic for me because I also get melancholy around the holidays, but there's also just that we kind of captured it we captured it in season one. There's just something magical about that time of the year. We become reflective. It's towards we're getting closer to the new year. It's cold. We're wearing layers. You know, sometimes there's love in the air, or you get time off work. You get to spend time with family, with friends. Yeah, Christmas time is just a magical time. So I'd say that's my favorite.
this doesn't qualify as an international holiday, but I love Labor Day because of because I grew up on the East Coast and it's like it's in the fall and everyone, you know what I mean? Like you go you do like, seafood boils and like things like that and like to enter into the fall. And because my other one is Thanksgiving, but we can't really like say that anymore.
No, Thanksgiving is a tad problematic, but
It's
I
only
do.
about the food. Only about the food.
Food,
You're right. Oh, yeah. But when
100%.
it comes to the
Not
food,
about the legacy, please. Not about the legacy.
no. Like in no way or shape or form. Is it the fact that like, my cousin that I love so much that I rarely get to see throughout the year? That's the only reason I love that holiday and the good
And the
food,
fall is my
which is
favorite
of course.
season. So any
Last,
holiday.
see, I'm a summer girl myself, but that's just me, I guess.
Oh my
I'm a
God.
summer girl.
Listen, I sweat like a fucking hog. Oh my, I'm sorry. But yeah, so summer is not summer's not the vibe for me.
Now, last rapid fire question in 3 words. How would you describe season two?
Take it, Vin. You're better at this.
Compound word: heartwarming,
Okay.
joyful, inclusive.
I mean, season one was very inclusive, which I loved as a viewer and so relatable. Starting with you, Mark, what drew you to this role? Like, what when you got the script, what made you say, "This is it. I'm auditioning, and I better get it."
Well, a few friends of mine from Ugly Betty, America Ferrera and Anna Ortiz, are very good friends with Gloria Calderon-Kellett, who is the showrunner, creator, head writer, etc., all the things. And so I knew immediately when it kind of came to me that this was a person that was at the helm of this show that I knew would have my back. You know, sometimes with what we do, it's like you're rolling the dice to see what you kind of walk onto. And it was very nice to kind of have that security of knowing that two of the most important people in my life, two of the best artists in my life, you know, are vouching for this individual. And then, you know, then we had a call, and I just loved what she was trying to do. And I also just loved her candor and the ways in which she's extremely collaborative and wants that, you know, everything. She always talks in terms of the we, right? It's not just like what I want, what I want. Like in she thinks of the we. And I think that and that means that she's extremely collaborative. She wants to hear what everyone has to say. Everything is taken to heart. You know, is everything used? No. And because I've had some crazy ideas that I've run across her desk, and she was like, no, I don't think we're gonna do that, but thank you so much. Um, but I think that is really what drew me to it, as well as you know, I love an ensemble cast. That just it is what it is. You know, it's where I started in my career. It's really, you know, it's and by happenstance, it's just kind of what I've done throughout my entire career. I mean, doing Ugly Betty and then coming on to Hacks and then now doing With Love and Hacks. It's like those two ensembles are you learn and you grow so much. Like if it's just about you, there's no room to grow. I love getting to sit around and watch, you know, my fellow actors do their thing. You know, I learn things. And I think that I enjoy that. So yes, that.
And I was in the previous interview too, I was telling them as a viewer, I mean, of course, you know, you all can act. We know that. But it as a viewer, I just know that behind the scenes, y'all were like a tight-knit family. And I think that's what made the show even more believable, relatable, and enjoyable because I was like,
Sure.
I know that they're just all besties behind the scenes, you know, like, and that's as a viewer, that's what you want, you know, like you want to feel like they are really their characters, and that's honestly how I felt because y'all did such a great job portraying them. But for you, Vincent, you played a bisexual man, and that scene where you had to explain everything in season one, I was like, oh wow, that's intense. But again, I'm sure that happens. How was it playing that role and then really helping breaking down those stigmas?
Oh, well, playing Henry Cruz is a joy. Uh, you know, I think Henry is more confident than I am in real life, which was I made which I kind of personally made a challenge for myself when accepting this role, and and of course I was elated to get to collaborate with Gloria on it, you know, because I had never worked with her before. So I came into season one with you know like a sponge, like ready to absorb and to play. And you know, I had a similar background as Mark, where I came my first big job was in an ensemble cast. You know, and for me, it was Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and so I was used to that kind of collaboration, and I was used to female leadership, and you know, and so kind of felt like right at home. But like playing Henry, it's meant a lot to me, and it's also been I've learned a lot from playing him. I've learned a lot from being on the show and getting to be with this cast, and to um, even learning from the storylines that Gloria is writing. You know, and I think it's refreshing. You know, we us viewers, we need to be led into these worlds of these kinds of people that really exist, and what Gloria used as her basis for the show. Like she wrote her friends and her family, her loved ones into this story. They're in the DNA of the story, which is why it is focused on love, acceptance, and community, and diversity and inclusivity. And for me personally, that's one of the things that is a true highlight for me, is getting to represent both the Filipino community, the Asian American Pacific Islander community, and the LGBTQ community, because we don't really see too many bisexual, uh, Filipino characters, particularly portrayed the way Henry is written. So I find it very refreshing, and it feels like I'm kind of I get to continue carrying a torch, and there's many of us carrying these torches right now, in terms of the breaking the stereotypes, and elevating what Hollywood writes as the queer experience, or the Asian American experience, or the Latino experience, or the Black experience. Like, I think our show is a part of raising the bar in terms of how we tell stories and who we include and how we depict love, acceptance, and family.
And I would say I agree with all that, and definitely paving the way for hopefully more shows and more movies to be doing this. I know we only have like 1 to 2 more minutes here, so I just want to ask you both, what is your favorite episode from season 2? What is going to be the fan favorite, you think?
Is this interview coming out after June 2nd?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we can
Yeah.
say
So no spoilers, but
I would
no spoilers.
I feel like Vinny's gonna say the same as me. I think that Vegas is probably my favorite episode. For so many reasons. I think that Vinny really shines in that episode and does, like, we see a whole other side to Henry. But I also really love the kind of Soul and Jorge moment that we get to have in that episode. And that scene in and of itself means so much to me, not only for the audience to see that kind of conversation being had between two people, part of the LGBTQ community, but also because Isis is one of our close friends, and I also think that it was just very important to be able to have that conversation, even though it was two characters, but that a trans person is actually talking about their experience. And that also, a lot of what Soul ends up saying, I know that Isis had a very big hand with Gloria and the writers and Andy to make sure that it was right and that it was correct. And so I just feel like that scene is kind of encapsulates what we stand for as a show. Like, what is our mission statement? Is that, like, if we're going to tell these very difficult, nuanced, and very politicized stories, thank God we have people around that are the bodies that are actually affected by that. And so I think that is extremely important.
You agree, Vincent?
Oh my God.
And if he said no.
Yes. No.
Imagine if he was like,
That's just
no.
me. That's just me. No, I think, no, I mean, I haven't seen that scene. I wasn't there when you guys shot that, but yeah, that I've heard so much about it, and it makes me really excited to see it. And I also, Mark was right. I totally, I was going to say the Vegas episode. There's just so much that happens in an episode that's so next level and unexpected, and kind of, I'm not going to say random, but we zip zap the audience all over the place in that episode in a really fun way that we haven't done on the show. So it's just a very dynamic episode, and it was fun for us to shoot. And like what Mark is saying, we got some really deep, emotional, pivotal scenes for our characters that really add to the impact that our show has. And that's one of the reasons why we're so proud of it, and we want people to see it and experience it, because it is true, when you watch the show, it feels like you're getting a big hug through the screen. and we think everyone deserves a hug.
I totally agree. And I know that is our time, and I am so sad, but I really want to say thank you both for sitting down with me today. Everyone, mark your calendars for June 2nd. Prime Video with Love Season 2. You don't want to miss it.
Thank you.